We have the Zingyou condenser microphone, USB microphone for podcasting, for live streaming, and other things like that. So let's go ahead and open this up. We'll zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on. Pop this open. This is a condenser microphone, which means you have condenser, you have dynamic. It does come with a shock mount and a little bit more here. So let's go ahead and open this up. We've got the first thing we got is a user manual and, of course, some spare parts. These are the bands and grommets that you would use on this to make sure that you don't get any table noise, because you're going to be setting this onto a table, and if you tap the table, you don't want to have that transfer going to the microphone. Next up is we have a USB cable. This is a USB-C to USB-C. So if you have a USB-A port, you're going to have to get an... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Look at that. The adapter is right on there. So you've got the A to C adapter, but of course you can use a USB-A. From the look of the plug, this will plug right into a USB 2.0 port. So that's cool. We'll just leave that on right there. We'll set that over there. Next up, I believe that's tough to get that one. Let's get the microphone out first. Take a look at that. So there is the USB microphone. Right, and we'll fix that in a second here. All right, let's get everything out of the box first. There we go. So what this is a microphone mount. So if you're going to put this onto a microphone stand, like for instance, I have what's called a sling arm that I have my microphone on. If I wanted to put that microphone on this sling arm, I would use this piece right here. So what would happen is this would go on the one end onto the boom stand, and then of course we would put this onto the microphone. Let's go ahead and take a look at the microphone. Now I believe this is upside down, so for packaging, most likely. So let's go ahead and put it the right way. Before we do, I'm going to show you the system. This is a standard shock mount system. You'll see rubber bands, which is why we had rubber bands in that bag there for backup. So what happens is the microphone gets suspended in this area. So once again, if you start tapping the table, it doesn't transfer that sound here. Since we have the microphone out, let's take a look at the microphone, and we'll take off the windscreen here so you can see the microphone in its whole glory here. Not much to it to talk about. Let's see. We got, first of all, over here, we have the USB input and a headphone jack, so you'll be able to listen right through this system right here. And then, of course, you plug this into the USB-C on your computer. Of course, with the cord, you can do USB-A to C or C to C. Nothing on this side, nothing on the back or the bottom or the top. This is the microphone. This is also called a side address microphone, which means that you address it from the side. You don't talk from the top, you talk from this side. If I'm talking here, you'll hear me perfect. But if I talked from the other side of it, you'll have a hard time hearing me. And then when I bring it back in here, you'll hear me again. This is also, once again, this is a condenser microphone. This will pick up a little bit more of the room. So if you got a very bouncy room, that's something to think about when you're using this microphone right here. All right, so now we have the shock mount. As you can see, that shock mount went up and down like that. Slightly tighten it, and then we'll take this and we'll put this right into the rubber band system. And I'm getting it as low as I can so I can get to this dial right here, because that's going to be the most important thing. And of course, once you set it, it's pretty much set and forgot. So I wouldn't worry about, you wouldn't be fidgeting on this. Now we got the USB-C here. So let's take that just like that. Easy peasy. So now it sets on the table. And a lot of times what I'll try to do is I'll set it off access. So if I'm talking to the camera like this, my microphone is pointing to my mouth this way. We also have the windscreen. This actually prevents any type of wind coming in. All right, we're going to plug this in, and we're going to get this so you can hear the audio. All right. So now you should not be hearing. In fact, we'll take this microphone. You should not be hearing. You'll be hearing from this microphone and this microphone only. We have this down. I'm going to turn this all the way. You can't hear anything, but I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. And as you can hear, there's a big difference from the microphone I had. because with that microphone, that's also got some sort of connection, extra effects on it to really suppress the sound. This is what it's going to sound like if you're using it for an online meeting or anything like that. There we go. Yeah, and so I know that you're hearing what's going on. That was the important part. So this is the microphone right here. I'll tap on, I'll scratch it. Always scratch a microphone, don't tap it. There we go. So we know that that's the microphone that's coming up. We can kind of adjust the volume to what we need, but as you can hear, the louder it is, the harder it is. We won't get too loud on it. We'll go right about here. You're hearing a lot of room noise, but once again, if I snap here, you hear how much more powerful it is than if I snap here, because the audio is coming from here. So when I'm talking on my main camera, I'm going to be talking this way. So once again, those plosives, and I'll get close so you can really hear the plosives that Peter Piper picked. And if I take the windsock off, now if I say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, those are plosives. And as you can see, as you can hear, it's working really well. I can hear it in my ears, and if I don't want to, I just pop them out. I don't have to hear a thing, but put them back in. I can do my podcasts. I can do interviews. I can do anything like that.